Welcome to another episode of AWSMR. I'm your host, your boy, your main man, the newest commentator of all time, Quiet Quinn. And we've got ourselves first time in a long while, a championship scramble match. However, the rules here are going to be a little different. See, for those who don't know, the shit title is like an anti-championship. You don't win to obtain it, you lose to obtain it. And you really don't want that title, because to be quite honest, it smells horrible, it stains your clothes, it's very literal, as you'll see Phil here come out with soon. Really, the only bright side of having it is it has 24/7 rules, so getting rid of it isn't impossible, which is good. But it's been a while since it's been had any screen time, so we kind of selected 5 random people. We got Gary Dane, Patrick Starr, the current champion Phil from the Nutshack, Dumb Donald, and Trevor Phillips. Again, these 4 names were kind of selected at random, and for this championship scramble match, rather than counting it by number of points, winner gets the most, though whoever gets the most points will get a reward. But the main draw of this match is whoever has the most negative points will either retain or get the shit title. And how this will work is this. Pinning someone will obviously give you a point, which will help you avoid getting it. But if you get pinned, you lose a point. So say, like, Patrick pins Dumb Donald, Patrick would get 1 point, but Dumb Donald would have -1. And the less points you have, the more likely you are to get that shit title. So yeah, a bit of a championship scramble, but with unique rules. So we're live in Berlin, Germany. A place that I think Phillips sometimes calls home, depends on his mood. And here comes Shithead Phil. That's the other reason you don't want that shit title, because you get shithead above your name. And I will say, and now you're probably thinking, for an ASMR, this is rather vulgar. And to that I say, welcome to AWS. And yeah, we see Phil here. He's very confident. He's got nuts, as you can see. Usually an arrow, but the title is covering that part. But, he seems pretty happy, pretty celebratory. Perhaps he's thinking that he's got a good chance of finally dropping that. He held that title for a pretty good long while after Peter Griffin assaulted him backstage in an unseen event. So yeah, Phil's been struggling to get that shit title off him since then. I do wish I captured that moment, but it is what it is. And now we see his first competitor coming out right now. From the same city as Chaos General Manager, AWS CEO Fat Albert. My mistake, Doug Dimmadum's the Chaos GM. Here comes Dumb Donald. Oh my goodness. He just blew up the Statue of Liberty. What an entrance by Dumb Donald, though. Some absolutely insane pyro there. He may be stupid, but he knows how to make an explosion. I would usually provide an impression, but that would definitely ruin the AWSMR experience, and I would rather not wake up the entire neighborhood. He is a very loud boy, sounds a lot like Toad from Mario, as Honey Place pointed out. And yeah, he's ready to... Last time we saw him, he actually teamed with Fat Albert for the temporary shit tag title, which is not really an official title, but it's kind of a fun little thing we did. Now here comes Patrick Starr, an unlimited star who seems to have recently gotten a cross-brand deal in return for Big Mama being allowed to be on both shows. Patrick, look at the girth of this fella here. He's definitely had an interesting history with AWS. I'm pretty sure he was on an episode of Potato with SpongeBob, if I'm not mistaken. Please do correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure he's had some unlimited matches. He had that. He was in the Tom McGill's Memorial Battle Royal, which was supposed to be the Steven Hillenberg Battle Royal, but Philip is an idiot. So that got all messed up. So yeah, Patrick's definitely had a bit of a unique career here in AWS, but if he succeeds, this match could really make his career. Though if he ends up obtaining the shit title, then that could actually put his career in ruins. And you don't want to hold that shit title. Like Peter Griffin, if he didn't form that alliance with Homer, he might have been his future endeavored. And that's a pretty scary thought. But God, just look at the size of Patrick. Some people call him a pinhead, but after Alex Bale, he convinced me that Larry the Lobster might be the real pinhead. Watch that video for more info. I know it's a part of a very long video, but it's worth it. It's great. And now here comes Trevor Phillips. We haven't seen him since the King of All Rings tournament. He did pretty okay, beating Weird Al Yankovic, but I think he fell to Trumpeter, if I'm not mistaken. He's got his very long beard, which is a customizable option GTA, which Doug Dimmadome told him that was kind of his preference for his look. If it is kind of, and now he kind of looks like a member of the Wyatt family, which I would say Trevor would go pretty hard as a member, not gonna lie. And now here comes the usual commentator of AWS Unorganized, Gary Dane. A man that, admittedly, I do sound quite similar to, though I'm a lot more sober than our pal Gary here. And yeah, you know, he's all about delivering pizzas, he's all about commentating, he's all about getting his clown wife through clown college, and pretty sure he's either an alien, a mutant, or he has somehow become such a stoner that his skin actually turned green. This man would have to be sober for an entire decade to pass any drug tests. That's how much this man does. That might be him on the shirt, maybe it's his father. He's honestly kind of a mysterious guy the more I think about it. Because whenever he reveals details about himself, it's usually like those three things, but there's still a lot we don't know about this mysterious figure. Now the match finally begins. We got 20 minutes on the clock, and of course everybody's starting at 0, and immediately Phil gets crushed. Trevor drops Donald on his head. Or I'm sorry, Gary. Sorry from let me fix my, there we go. Had to fix my screen there. Made Gary and Donald look kind of alike. There's a bit of an odd glare on my screen for a second, but that's fixed now, which is good. And oh my goodness, dumb Donald. He just flew he just started flying on Patrick's head. Yes, we got is that an apple in the ring? Patrick grabs an apple only to drop it. He's such a fat boy, he does not want to eat fruit. He wants ice cream. He wants, like, ribs. Like, Patrick's a big boy. Would he be the biggest boy? That is an excellent question, but Gary, paying tribute to his hero RVD, getting the crowd hyped up on the outside. Meanwhile, Phil is trying to break Dumb Donald's arm. And Trevor, he's got a spiked baseball bat. This match just got a lot more intense. To be fair, though, there is no disqualifications in this match. You can only get points via pin or submission. So that is something to take note. Oh my god, Gary just dropped barbed wire in his head and Dumb Donald flies again. He's kind of reminding me of like the way Knights from Knights into Dreams flies, with like the arms out. Maybe if Knights ever gets hired at AWS, we'll know what move that Jester would use. Now, just have to figure out, oh my god, Dumb Donald murdering both Trevor and the ref. Dumb Donald throws the trash in the ring. Really, the only tough part of Knights would be what division they'd go to, because technically Knights like all genders, because it's like, hey, whatever the Dreamer sees them as, so like, could be women's division, could be men's division. I guess it would depend on how Doug Dimmadome sees it, or, you know, I'm gonna go folks back match. We don't need the 8,000th gender debate on that. It's 2024, who gives a shit? And now here comes Gary. Wait, no, Phil putting him in a sleeper hold, desperately trying to get a point here. But he gets countered with a stunner. Smart move on Phil's end, though, because if he manages to get a point, I should also clarify Phil from Nutshack. Shouldn't be confused with Philip the Flying Chillip. But anyway, yeah. Phil trying to get a point as soon as he possibly can. Just doing whatever it takes to... Oh, jeez, Patrick flew there. Doing whatever it takes to finally get rid of that shit title. Tito Dick's been giving him shit over it for years. What is this, my boy? Oh, ASMR Tito Dick, how are you doing? I am not used to being ASMR'd. Oh, he's transforming into Arnold Schwarzenegger. We should probably give him some to the hospice here. Now everybody in, Patrick giving a respectful bow to Trevor. But Trevor, he did not like that. Just tackles and punches. I guess he did like run to his stomach earlier, so I'd take that as pretty angry. Oh, Gary almost got a point off Trevor. Excuse me, Phil. Jeez, I cannot see people, apparently. Apparently I'm blind. I should probably get my eyes checked here. And, oh my god, Dumb Donald getting launched 100 feet in the air. While Trevor and Phil shaking to each other, Patrick drops Gary. But now here comes the dumbest of Donalds. Gets thrown to a trash bin and kind of breaks reality for a second there. God, this is kind of a car crash, gotta say. Starting to remember what I should do more championship scramble matches though, because they are actually pretty fun to play. And for those who are wondering, like, how are you doing a championship scramble in 2K24? Basically, you set how many people you want. I do 5 for traditional reasons. Set an Iron Man timer, or like set to Iron Man match mode, and basically you count whoever has the most points as the winner. Or you can make up some rules like whoever got the last pin. If you want it to be more accurate, then you can kind of do a little editing or something, or assign a belt to them, however you want to play it. Or of course like this match where it's like whoever has the least amount of points, though right now everybody's tied. Though it's only been 5 minutes, so give them time. I'm going to go activate a fan before this laptop catches on fire. Alright, got the fan activated, so that should help cool down the laptop. Unfortunately, that's one downside having a somewhat older laptop is this baby heats up kind of quickly, even in the middle of fall. Though Brett says I won't have to worry about that too much once it gets later in fall and into winter, so that'll be good. Oh, Phil destroying Gary's butthole. That sounded interesting out of context. I should probably move this microphone so you're not picking up too much fan wind. Okay, there we go. Sorry about the inconsistent audio. I'm still figuring out this new microphone, admittedly. Phil Irish whips Patrick in the corner. Trevor got a headlock, but Dumb Donald got a stick. That's the emoji tool saying the stick. No. Ooh. Right to the liquid metal stairs. That's right. There's a little bit of liquid metal here. Kind of like the 90s, Terminator 2, all that pre-Sun ad. Oh my god, Dumb Donald, crazy handspring backflip. Gary and Patrick taking it to the outside. Phil is doing something. I don't know what, but he was doing something. Dumb Donald nearly got a point. At least people... Everybody's wanting to make sure the opponent doesn't get a point. They want that mysterious reward for whoever has the most points. Oh! Trevor. Nice move there. Oh, but immediately Gary breaks it up. People are fighting for that reward, but they should be careful though too, because under the wrong circumstances, they could find themselves getting pinned or tapped out. And we don't want that. Oh, big RKO by Trevor. And now he gets hit with a spling blade. By a big old drop kick. Gary with the Dane DDT to Phil. Phil is bleeding. It's gonna be hard to tell that big old head. Another Daney DDT right here. Oh, but Trevor takes advantage. He took advantage of the distraction and probably saved Dumb Donald, possibly from getting that shit title. He can throw in the trash bin. He and Gary do not get along very well. I guess that's the difference between like meth and weed right there.
Just wait, what's Dum Dum got mine for Patrick? Head scissor into the elbow. Oh, wait a minute. I think it might actually be because, like, Gary wants to legalize weed, but Trevor wants it to remain illegal so that way he could sell it for a better profit. There's some gripping commentary here. That actually is canon to GTA, fun fact. Now Trevor slips Dumb Donald to the corner. Patrick's stunned, and Dumb Donald is fighting back while Phil takes on Gary. Oh, springboard twisting stunner. Impressive agility from Dumb Donald here. Very impressive singles debut here. So far we've only seen him in tag team matches and... Oh wait, no, I think he might have been in that shit title tournament from way back, but I could be mistaken. It's kind of hard to keep track of the lore when there's over like 200 videos. Or nearly 200. Oh, Patrick with the pack... Oh! The cock tease pilot package Patrick. Hey, oh... And again, another breakup here. I hope that reward's really good because like, people are really putting in some risks for it. Gary jumping on the ref to break up the count here. Oh my god! Dumb Donald lifts up Patrick and teabags him. The strength in Dumb Donald. This man is a lot... Yeah, maybe he's a lot better off not being in a tag team because he is showing some crazy improvements in this match here compared to last time where he got eliminated. Like, he mostly just got his ass whooped by the Batman. Oh, somebody got knocked out the stairs there. Scary doing on the outside, going after Patrick. Phil's celebrating because he's the only one standing in the ring before leaving. Nobody is in the ring but the referee. This is such a chaotic match here. Oh, jeez. Freaking Phil just flew over there. Dum Dum Patrick Trevor attempted a suicide dive, but Dum Dum got in the way. Phil accidentally dodged it by focusing on Patrick. Now it's just turning into like a Looney Tunes cartoon here. Oh, or Tom and Jerry. Yeah, probably Tom and Jerry's probably more fitting with all the slapstick. Oh, God, Phil getting his head slammed. Trevor is pissed. Now what's Dum Dum doing with that? I think it's a sledgehammer. Let me take a closer look. Yep, sledgehammer. Oh, attempting a double move, but Dum Donald interrupted it for some reason. I don't know what the tactical advantage is to that, but... I mean, I suppose he got his name from somewhere. Maybe talented, but his lack of intelligence may be his biggest hindrance right here. Now he's going after Trevor, it seems. Everybody else recovering. Perhaps everybody's trying to wear each other down as much as humanly possible to make pins and submissions easier. If we don't get a single point, then we may have to go to sudden death, which would make the first 20 minutes feel kind of pointless. And that would be kind of a shame if that happened. So hopefully we'll get a pinfall or submission here soon. Trevor gets thrown at Patrick, but Dumb Donald takes down Gary, who kind of looks like Chucky the doll from far away. Shout out to the Chucky versus Rick Steiner match we did. And Phil runs in the ring. He's got that spiky bat for Trevor. Oh! Barbed wire to the back. Even with the shirt on, that's still going to catch you up. Trevor is such a crazy man. He might have clicked on both the left and right stick at the same time because he took that with barbed wire pretty well. Oh, we're getting a... Oh! I thought it was a team move for a second, but it seems not now. Oh! Trevor breaking Gary's brain. Ooh, gets broken up. Again, Trevor and Gary really have something against each other here. Dumb Donald in the corner. Almost everyone's back in the ring. Almost. Phil taking on the other monochromally dressed. No, I know Patrick interrupting. Oh, God. I probably should have picked a more simple match for AWSMR, but, you know, we're already this deep at it. We're already this deep. Phil throws Dumb Donald in the corner. Patrick bleeding from the trash. Sorry, it seems I caught the songbird. Hey, 2. Oh, Patrick kicking out. He almost got himself a negative point. He almost got a step closer to this shit title. I will say, even though you have time to make up, you still want to have as many points you possibly can, because those negatives can add up too. You can make it a lot harder to get that winner's prize too. Patrick sidewalk slam into a big ol' tidal wave splash. A, 2, D. Gary lets Phil get pinned. Phil has -1 points right now, while Patrick gains 1. That means if everything remains the same for the next 7 minutes, Dane DDT to Donald. And that could mean Phil could end up retaining the shit title. Patrick is in awe at something. Oh, God. Patrick's slapping 2 people at the same time. There's so much chaos right here. If I were Phil, I would try to get a pinfall as quickly as possible or let somebody get pinned twice. Because right now he's in a very tough position right here. Now Trevor's bleeding. There's a lot of bloodied folks in this match. Oh, it's Patrick got mine for Dane. Oh, surprise butt sex. Meanwhile, Phil from the nutshack, unwisely taking a lot of time. A2. Ooh, Dane kicking out. He almost tied with It should also be pointed out that if, say, 2 people happen to have -1 points at the end of the match, then that will lead to those 2 competitors having a sudden death where the loser would obtain the shit title. And likewise, if you happen to have 2 winners, then they would have their own sudden death for a victor, but that would likely take place in the future if it were to happen. You know, we'll focus on the now for right now. Is Donald off the atomic teabag onto Phil. Could this be his -2nd? Oh, Gary actually saves him. I guess he shot a little springboard off the trash. What an eye of the hurricane right there. Insult into it. Crazy agility. But Donald, he's choosing to fly again, much shorter for this time, but still effective. Oh, but Phil, he is not grateful to his savior. Now what's Phil gonna do to Donald? Like, he doesn't have a talk as this match goes on. Oh, nice lifting pedigree right there. That could be a finisher right there. I think Karma did something like that, aka Awesome Kong. And Stevie Ray did a very similar move. Oh, right into agree. Right here, Patrick right now in the lead. Phil right now in last place. What's Donald doing on top of it, but he ganks up on Trevor. Oh, the world's dumbest splash. Hey, dude. Again, Gary showing sympathy to Phil, mate. I don't know why he keeps helping Phil out, but I don't know. I guess maybe he doesn't want Donald to get the reward. Maybe he finds him too stupid. I don't know. Gary, he's making a surprising amount of enemies for a guy that's got a chill demeanor. Like, Zero's RVD, but he might have a lot in common with Matt Riddle too. Though Matt Riddle, I've heard, is improving himself, which is good, so I'll root for you on that regard, my boy. Fight the good fight. Ooh, sling blade by Donald into another truck. Right there. Oh, wait. What's going on here? What's Donald got planned for Patrick here? Just a punch to the titty. Now kicking the balls to Phil, and followed up by another handspring, back foot, Pele kick, whatever you like to call it. Donald trying to take on all comers, trying to knock out as many people as he can. That's a surprisingly smart strategy, actually. Making sure nobody can interrupt his pins. Phil tickles Donald, punches in bunches. Oh, but a kick out of nowhere from Trevor, slowing down his momentum. We got less than 4 minutes to go. Right now it's still looking great for Patrick and terrible for Phil. Oh god. What's Trevor gonna do to Patrick here? Big ol' RKO. He takes a drop kick to the nards. But Trevor responds with a springboard Superman punch. A corner step in Superman. And he also went in unison with Donald for some reason. That was pretty well. Ooh, nice headlock though. Driver. Oh, Phil. It's got mine for the Gary the Scary Dane. Nothing as he gets countered. Patrick taking a nap outside. Very in character. Oh, he spits the blue mist. What a very unique version of the mist, I must say. Phil is stunned. Donald. Oh, he left to fight Patrick. I thought he was going to climb up for a second, but I guess not. And Dane taking advantage, bludgeoning Garrett Phil. Oh, but he's going to regret that. He eats a big old kick to the spine there. A, 2, D. Patrick fails to break it up. Phil now has 0 points. while Gary Dane is at -1. If this keeps on, Gary Dane will have the least amount of points, but now he is angry at Phil. He's talking about how the amount of times he saved Phil, only for Phil to pin him in return. Gary is snapped, but Phil doesn't give a shit. He's got nuts. And, he's not always been known as the most grateful individual, considering the way he treats Cheetah, the freak of the week, as the song likes to put it. Oh, but Patrick splashed Phil. A2D. Now both Phil and Gary Dane are tied at -1, while Patrick stars in 2 points. It's looking very good for Patrick right now. But will we get a sudden death between Phil and Gary? Or will one of them get pinned? Or heck, somebody else might even get pinned and make it a 3-way. Wow, there's so much that can happen, but we have less than 2 minutes. So we'll have to wait and see here. Oh, Trevor fighting off Phil. Another massive, welcome to Los Santos. What's Patrick doing right here? Dumb Donald's plotting something too. Oh god, I don't trust Patrick that bad. He's gonna do some brutality right here. Went and buy the half-shaded trash bin. Everybody's out. Still tied game here. We only have 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. Why did Patrick throw that at the corner? That was odd. Phil and Gary fighting. Patrick and Trevor fighting. Dumb Donald waking up, but Gary's going on a sledgehammer spree right here. And he pins Trevor. Can he stop having that -1 point? A2D. Gary Dane back at 0 points, pinning Trevor. But now Trevor is at -1, tied with Phil from the nutshack. Oh, this is a very close match here. Oh my god. Phil trying to wait it out. He does not want to eat a second pin, because right now he is at least tied with Trevor. Patrick, huge tidal wave splash, but this time in the corner. He follows it up. Oh, we got the package. Patrick, pile driver, the triple P. Trevor is down for the count, but Dumb Donald interrupts it. Oh, big old clothesline. Oh, Patrick super. Oh. That might be it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. By God, it seems that both Trevor and Phil from the nutshack are tied at -1. Which means Patrick's celebrating the sledgehammer here as Phil flies in the air. This will mean that either Phil or Trevor will be the shit champion. Patrick doing the sumo pose. I didn't even know you could have victory animations with the weapons. That's actually a really cool feature. Good job, 2K. You did something quite cool here. Even if the hammer is in his stomach, but I wouldn't have it any other way. But before we make this absolutely official, I'm going to have a double check look to make sure that I kept accurate track of the score here. Give me just a second here.
It is official. We are getting a sudden death as, it seems Philip and Trevor already beginning their battle right here. Both these men ended up at -1 point total. Phil getting 1 pin but getting pinned twice. Trevor got pinned once but failed to score any points, and he's already got a sledgehammer here. These men right here, and need a reminder, whoever loses the match, A2, near kick out. Both of these men exhausted from the 20-minute scramble match right here. And whoever gets pinned will be stuck with that shit title. Trevor paid tribute to Luke the Brody Lee Harper with that gator roll. You love to see it. The rules are still extreme right here. And Patrick's reward will be announced soon. But for now, we're going to focus on this final 2 right here. Trevor getting some frequent flyer miles with that springboard crossbody right there. It's nice agility from a decently sized individual. He's definitely no giant, but he's definitely no cruiserweight either. He's definitely somewhere in the middle here, but Trevor, he can move. But Phil, he's got that brain chop right here. Both of these men desperate not to get that. Oh, he fakes him out with the apple throw. What an asshole right here. Phil, I mean, I gotta hand it to these competitors, though. Like, they're still both moving pretty well for two men that have not only taken pinfalls, but also had to endure a 20-minute chaotic scramble match. Like, these eggs are gonna be scrambled from all that scramble talk. God, I just made myself hungry. Ugh, but anyway, excuse me. Trevor, he's got that sledgehammer again, really favoring the hammer right here. Which I suppose does make sense, as it is, other than the barbed wire bat, it might be the deadliest weapon. Oh, the sling blade, hey, to shout out too. Oh, Trevor kicking out a shout out right here. Phil paying tribute to JTG with that. And what's he got in mind here? Oh, Trevor rolls him up. Could this be it? A, 2. Oh, Trevor nearly sneaking that in. That'd be a very humiliating way to retain the shit title, by being rolled up. Whoa, 619. Oh, into a lariat right there. Bro, 619 vacant, and then clothesline Phil's head off and followed it up with the wacky elbow drop right there. Yeah, Trevor, God, look at him pose with the hammer again. He is ready to decimate Mr. Ow! Oh, ow! God dang it, Chernobyl just stepped on my finger. God, that hurt like a motherfucker. Oh, dog. Ow. Jeez, I was just trying to pet you, buddy. I didn't think you'd stab your claw into my finger. Frick. Oh, sorry about that, but... Oh, jeez. Jeez, I thought I was in horrible pain. Trevor just friggin' formed Phil's head into the canvas and... Oh my god, is he doing it again? Oh my god. Oh! Oh, god. 4 foreheads to the back of the head. Simple brutality by Trevor, and a huge Yakuza kick on top of that. Trevor is fighting hard on Phil. Oh, he's tuning out the band here. Oh, called him up. Sweet shin, no. Phil counters it. Trevor almost hit him with that sweet shin music right there. He's a big fan of that butterfly DDT, but Phil just hammered him in the balls. A, 2. Oh, Trevor kicking out of the hammer low blow right there. Incredible maneuvering by Phil right there to dodge that devastating attack. Oh, God, the Nut Rider. The Nut Rider. That caused the frame rate to go crazy. A, 2. Oh, my God. Trevor kicking out of a Nut Rider right there. Pretty powerful finisher right there, gotta say. Now the screen's jumping around, at least on my end. I don't know if it is on you guys' end or not, but... Oh, Michael. Alright, Michael seemed to have fixed to the... Nope, still getting a little... But, jeez, how hard did Phil slam his nuts into Trevor's face to, like, cause the universe to, like, temporarily go 2K20 mode right there? His corner clothesline, is that it? A, 2... Okay, thank God Phil kicks out, because, like, a corner clothesline would have been a very anticlimactic way to finish this match here. Oh, God, sledgehammer to the stomach. Knocking the wind out of him. A, 2. No, Phil. I gotta give it to Phil for a man who got the shit title from, like, the longest running holder. He's actually fighting pretty well here. In fact, he's doing a lot better here than he was during the Scramble match, interestingly enough. But choosing a very horrible time to taunt. Trevor, pump handle suplex, but Phil doesn't give a shit. Did Phil do something right there? Because it looked like Trevor took more for that than Phil did, and another Nut Rider. A, 2. But Trevor kicks out of 2 Nut Riders, one for each ball in the sack. Phil probably thinking, what do I have to do to put this madman away? He keeps clicking the left and right stick right as I hit this move. Much like how in GTA, Trevor can survive any height if you time his rage mode just right. And that seems to work with finishers as well. This makes Trevor a very resilient individual, which I guess to be fair, he's only lost 1 match so far in his career here, so... Oh, at least I think he did. And here comes the spiky bat, but Phil punches it out of his hand. He did not want to deal with that in any conceivable way. And a big ol' haymaker right there. Phil, I gotta say, Phil's actually showing to be a pretty decent striker right here. Like, I'm impressed with him. Trevor too, honestly. Trevor,
Both these men are full of surprises, and he's taking those spiked bats like a champion, still getting up. He's got mine. Oh, counters it with a face scrape. Trevor gets in the ring, follows it up with a no. Phil counter and hip toss onto the bottom of the table. I mean, my mistake. And now again with the sledgehammer. Missed the first one, hit him in the nuts. The second one, and the third one, fourth one. Oh my God! But Trevor bell claps him and follows it up. Welcome to Los Santos. No, Phil counters, and a second pump handle suplex. But Phil again knows for some reason Phil is very immune to pump handle suplexes. I don't know why. And now going for a reverse nut rider. But Phil lands ass first on the trash. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Somebody coming out. Wait a minute. Oh my God, it's Harold. Harold, total drama. He's arrived in the chaos zone right here. But he's still with Lucas Hackett's promotion. But did Phillip work out some kind of deal for him to be on both shows? Phil does consider him the GOAT. Harold making his debut, and Trevor attempted an attack from behind, but despite Harold's distraction, Phil's still in the match, but that falling headbutt might have taken the rest out of him. Both men down. Phil slowly climbing up. Holy shit. He's got the trash. Hits him in the head, but the trash bounced off his head and landed on his ass. Oh my God. A2. Oh my... Of all the ways for Trevor to go down, sorry for losing my AWSMR composure there, but like, to recap, Trevor got hit on the head, it bounced off his head, but then it landed on his ass, and that knocked Trevor out. Thus, Phillip wins the match at 4.5 stars by Rob Walker. Thank you, Rob. But Trevor just obtained the shit title in quite possibly the dumbest way possible. Which, I mean, it's fitting. I gotta give it that. So, thanks for sticking with me for this colossal match right here. I did not expect this to be nearly 40 minutes, but we basically got 2 matches in one here with a surprise debut on top of that. I'm going to bed.